Well, good morning and welcome to my trip to Alaska. I've been planning this trip for more than a year. Back in 2024, because of family obligations, I wasn't able to get out to do any long trips. So I'm really excited to start this one. Now this one is a little bit different than others. Yes, there'll be photography because that's what I always do. But there's a little bit more special meaning to this trip for me. But I'll get into that at another time. For now, let me tell you a little bit more about my plans of how I'm getting there and what I'm doing along the way.
I have broken this trip down into 4 major phases. The first phase is getting to Alaska. My route takes me across southern Canada, up the Alaskan Highway, and into Carcross, Yukon. I plan on doing this nearly 3,900-mile drive over the next 2 weeks. The second phase involves exploring Alaska for about 4 weeks, trying to see all the major areas from Skagway to Fairbanks. Third, I plan on taking 11 days to explore some of Western Canada's best scenic areas. And fourth, the return trip home with a slightly different route back to southern Canada. This will be my longest trip ever in both distance and duration. My plan calls for a 60-day trip stretching more than 12,000 miles of driving.
For now though, I have a lot of miles to put in, so we'll have to catch up later. Well, hello. Quick pit stop here at a rest stop, and good time to tell you a little bit more about the first phase of getting to Alaska. I've actually broken down getting to Alaska into 2 legs, and so it'd be a good idea to have a little better feel of, at least for that first leg, of what that looks like. So here you go.
I've decided to take a slightly more northern route on the way out to Alaska. The first part of this leg has me reaching Dawson Creek and the start of the Alaskan Highway by day 8. My day 1 destination is La Belle, Quebec. Day 2, the Esker Lake Provincial Park in Ontario. The Nipigon area in Ontario is my day 3 destination. Next is the western end of Ontario and Longbow Lake. My day 5 destination is on a Knoll, Manitoba, before reaching Saskatoon and Saskatchewan on day 6. Then on to Edmonton, Alberta, and finally, if all goes right, I'll reach Dawson Creek on day 8. This will be a roughly 2,900-mile portion of the trip.
Well, okay, let's have an update. I am, I believe, less than 10 miles away from the Canadian border. And although I've been in Canada many times, it's always been by plane and it's always been for business. So this will be the first time that I have crossed the border by car. Any border, actually, by car. So that'll be something new and different. Now, I'm not concerned at all. The only thing that even maybe in the margins is maybe the food that I have, and I tried to I tried to read all the regulations, and yeah, I have some meat and eggs in my refrigerator, but those are in the original packages, and so hopefully that'll meet the requirements. I guess we'll see. I guess the only other thing that's new that I'll bring up here is that out of all my GBN trips in the past, I've always been able to carry a firearm. Obviously, going through Canada, I can't do that. Now, I guess I could have bought a shotgun or something like that and got that through, but I don't own a shotgun, didn't really want one. So yeah, I'm going to be depending on bear spray, I guess, as my main defense on this trip, and hopefully that'll be enough and I won't even have to think about it. So yeah, we should be coming up on the border soon, and obviously I can't record any of that. They don't like cameras rolling when you're going through the border, so I'll catch up when I get on the other side and let you know how I did. So, welcome to Phillipsburg, Yeah, Phillipsburg, Quebec. Right on the shore here of Lake Champlain. I just got through customs. Honestly, it was pretty simple. Asked me some basic standard questions. Make sure I wasn't carrying anything like weapons or marijuana or other things into the country. So yeah, that went pretty smoothly. It's not the last one I'll have to do on this trip. So I guess I can say it's one challenge down for the day. So where am I headed for today? Well, I'm going to go up, probably drive for, I don't know, what is it? Probably a couple of hours, I guess. I'm going to go up to LaBelle, Quebec. Seemed like a good place to stop for the day. You know, nothing special about the area that I'm aware of. It's just a place far enough along to make for a good place to stop. About to get back into the truck and make my way through Montreal and then up to LaBelle. So yeah, so far so good. We'll catch up later. Well, good afternoon. Well, we're here at camp. Not much of a camp, really. It's a dirt lot. Let me turn you around and show you. You can see there's right by the highway, just off the highway, just out of LaBelle, Quebec. And yeah, there's plenty of room for more people. You can see there was one person in the parking lot already, but they don't seem to be around at the moment. Looks like they might be off on 4x4 or something else. But anyways, this is more than adequate for the night. It's free, so that's always a good thing, right? It's flat, it's clean for the most part. Yeah, some trash. But it's a beautiful night so far. It's sunny, it's in the 60s, just a slight breeze, a few bugs. But this should make for an adequate camp for the night. Then I can get up in the morning and head on to leg 2 of the trip. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day, and I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. Back on the road after a night of camping. The night was got pretty cold. Got down below 40, somewhere around 39 degrees Fahrenheit. And between that and the noise from the highway, it was kind of a off and on kind of sleep. You get that a little bit on the first night anyway, so I wasn't surprised. Today I'm headed to Esker Lakes Provincial Park in Ontario. It's about 350 miles away from here. Don't have much expectations about today's trip. The weather right now is pretty cloudy. Guess it's going to be like this most of the day, and potentially for a little bit of rain at some point during the day. Doesn't seem like it's going to last long or it's going to be much, but we'll see about that. So yeah, that's it's going to be a long ride, and I'll check back in later as to what's going on. So I just took a stop here at a local reservoir on the drive. Needed to stretch my legs, give myself a little bit of a break. But I also figured it was a good time to talk a little bit about what my objectives or motives are for this trip. You know, I'm going to turn 69 while I'm on this trip. In fact, hopefully, it'll be the first day I hit Alaska. And for me, this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Alaska and to the northern parts of Canada. You know, you never know what God's plan is, so I figured, it was wise to do it sooner than later. But my motivation, however, for this trip is my dad. He passed away about 13 years ago. And my dad wasn't somebody who got overly impressed about too much. Especially landscapes. You know, he saw a few things and he'd say, yeah, it was nice, but he'd never get too excited. But the one place he always talked about, the one place that he always just kind of felt awe about its beauty was Alaska. He was there as a young man while he was in the Army, and it made some kind of impression on him because that's one place that he talked about. So I interpreted that as a resounding recommendation. I had to get there. This had to be one of my top GBN destinations. And in year 6, I decided, yeah, it's about time. So the reality is I'm dedicating this trip really to him and to take him along with me. You know, obviously it's only in spirit. But I want to get a feel for what he saw, what he experienced. Now, it's been, geez, who knows how many years? 75 years? Maybe a little even more, maybe closer to 80 years since he was actually in Alaska. So I'm sure a ton of things have changed. But I'm sure just the basics of it haven't changed at all. And that's what I want to kind of understand. I want to kind of get a feel for what my father saw in Alaska. Although I want to see and photograph a lot of things while I'm on this trip, I also really want to try to feel it. I want to hear it. I want to smell it. I'm going to do my best to actually capture all of this, not only in images and videos I take, but really into my soul. I want to feel the experience. I want to know the culture. I want to get to feel what really Alaska and northern Canada is about. It's more than just taking photographs. It's about seeing what it is, again, what my dad saw when he was here so long ago. I don't know if I'll be successful, but I'm going to give it a damn good try. So yeah, that's kind of my motivation. That's kind of why I'm doing it and why I'm doing it now. And hopefully it'll all be worthwhile. I think it will be no matter what. Okay, we'll catch up later on. So made it to camp, all set up. Starlink's working. Life is good. It is hot but breezy. It's about 84, 85 degrees still. And I don't think I'm going to run into any cold weather tonight for sure. Like I said, it's buggy, but the wind is certainly helping keep those away as they're blowing them away pretty nicely. It's supposed to rain a little bit tonight, so I'm going to get started with some food for some dinner, and so in case it does come, I'll be all set and won't have to worry about that. Okay, talk to you in the morning. Good morning. It's day number 3 in this trip. It's a bit rainy this morning. I think it's going to rain most of the morning. With a little bit of luck, if I got the weather forecast correctly, it should clear up later in the day. Great night's sleep last night. It's amazing what a few degrees of temperature and a little bit of quiet will do to allow you to sleep. But yeah, no, it was a good sleep. I slept a long time. In fact, kind of getting started a little bit later than normal. That has to do with the rain too, so it's kind of a sloppy start for sure. Today I'm headed to Red Rock, Ontario area. That's about the middle of the province. Got to drive about 480 miles, something in that neighborhood. Once I get there, I'll have to find a dispersed camping area. So it'd just be a regular, normal cross-country drive, kind of boring as ever. Yeah, I guess I'll check in later when there's something either I want to talk about or something to see. Well, okay, I made it to camp. If you listen carefully, be able to hear the highway. I'll show you this in a second. It's not kind of a little campsite tucked away just off the highway. Again, found in Iovalander. Checked out a bunch, and this was the first one that I felt comfortable with staying in my setup. If I was in a van or something a little bit enclosed, there were other places I could have stayed. But and I guess speaking of setups, those of you who have watched some of my previous videos may have noticed that I'm in a different camp setup, different truck, different camper. Let me turn this around. In the past, I was in a Jeep Wrangler with a rooftop tent, and this past winter I changed out to the Gladiator with an Alu-Cab mod camper on it, and only 8 days in it, but so far, but I'm loving it. To be honest with you, it gives me everything that I wanted in an upgrade: heat, water, power, comfort inside, away from the elements if I needed to. Just a better way to relax. I'm not going to go into it any more than this. I'm not going to go into this anymore here, since by the time this video is released, I should have released a build video on this. So if you're interested, you can watch it. I'll try to link it at the end of this video. But yeah, so far so good. Oh, I told you I'd show you the campground. This is the area you come in on. You can kind of see the highway tucked in. There's a couple of spots that people can stay at. I chose the one that I was on. The first one I actually saw, and it was fine. It was nice and level. And again, it's a little bit tucked away, just a little bit more on a river. Yeah, just a nice free campsite. May not be a quiet night, but it certainly allows me to get some sleep. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Well, good morning. Day 4. And I better watch how I drive today, because the way things started could be a bad omen. Okay, the first thing that happened, well, after a night that was reasonably, it got down to about 45, which isn't a big deal. Traffic was pretty loud most of the night, but I slept okay, so that's not a big deal. So on the back door of my Alu cab, I have an 813 fabrication deadbolt that hooked up to my key fob. Well, it was locked last night, as I always do, and it has a manual override, but it wouldn't unlock this morning. And that was more than a crazy way to start up. So anyways, long story short, I had to crawl through the top of the tent, climb out, get down, grab my tools, get back in from the side door, wedge it open with the screwdriver, and then I removed the deadbolt. So now I'll just use, probably for the rest of this trip, unless for some reason I come up with a brilliant idea of how to fix it, I'll just use a padlock. So today we're headed to Longbow Lake on the western side of Ontario. I think it's about 350 miles. Need to get going, need to get coffee, need to get in a different mindset. But for now, I'm signing out. Thank you.
Do you have a reservation?
I do.
Hey, perfect, because I got your dash card in that. Which, 36. Oh, yeah, you're the fellow that I was moving, Mark. Because 36 was sort of down next to where the old dump station was.
Ooh.
So I was seeing you're from New Hampshire. I thought I'd give you a little bit better view.
Thank you. I just got to my camp spot for tonight. It's at a formal campground on Longbow Lake in Western Ontario. Didn't really film much other than parts of the drive all the way over. After this morning's kind of events, I just wasn't in the mood to be saying much. Lovely camp area, good for tonight for sure.
They have nice showers, clean place, and I have a site overlooking the lake. So I don't think it gets much better than that. One of the things I forgot to mention earlier was that I don't know if you could see from some of the footage how well, it's smoky it is in the area. The air's filled with smoke, and I guess it's from fires in Manitoba that's blowing this way. According to the campground host, she thinks they have them under control. So hopefully they'll lessen up. Hopefully it doesn't impact me much driving through Manitoba tomorrow. I guess we'll see. That'll be a story for another day.